Hello, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is James Oluwasegun and the CEO of Jay's Exclusive Fashion School. Welcome to our online tutorial. On today's edition of our training, we will be teaching you on how to make a female suit. Yes, so first and first, let me quickly show you the fabrics that we will be using and the kind of fabrics you can use for a female suit. All right. This is Irish material. We have them in different colors. It's very nice for both male and female suits. This is what Irish material. Now this is cashmere. Yeah, we have different grade of cashmere. This is high grade cashmere. It's also good for both male and female suits. Alright, now this is check material. This is also good for both male and female suits. We also have what is the name of this fabric? We have bale. Yes, it's also very good for both male and female suits. Then we have what is the name of this stretchy material? Crepe. We have crepe too. Crepe is very good for female suit as well. Thank you very much as we proceed the class. Alright guys, so let's get to business. This is the fabric we will be working with. So let me quickly get my tape so we can measure. This is 2 yards of fabric. 2 yards of fabric. So we are going to turn savage to savage. Yes, savage to savage. And we are drafting from the wrong side. We are not drafting on the good face. So you fold it savage to savage. Then you arrange it on the table. Alright, so let me quickly give you the measurements that we will be working with today. So please, you can pen this down as well. The shoulder is 16. The sleeve length is 23.5. The chest is 36. The waist is 31. The hips region is 39. The full length is 26. The bicep, which is also the same thing as the arm, is the same thing as your muzzle, is what? 13 inches. So guys, let's get to business. Please let me quickly give you my principles so we can all learn fast and effective. Okay, most times I do remove this iron because if we fold into two, it's mostly not equal, but trying to fold this is already giving me the same figure, but I'm still going to remove this iron. If I'm taking classes, I do remove this. Okay, then I try to make sure it's straight. Okay, so let me give you a guideline please on how I take my measurements. You can zoom in please so we can all get this clear. Alright, so are we good? So the first long figure here, I call it half inches. Please have very clear. Half inches. The next longer one, I call it 0.7. I call this 1 inches, which is our regular 1 inch. 1.2, 1.5 inches, 1.7, 2 inches. The next 1, 2 is 2.2 inches. 1, 2 is 2.5 inches. I just break it into segment like that. 2.7, 3, 3.2, 3.5, 3.7, 4 inches, thereabouts. That is how I get my calculation. So in case I'm telling you 2.2, you know what we are talking about. So first thing first, in suit drafting, we are going to roll a straight vertical and horizontal line. Why? Because the edge of the fabric are not always straight. Vertical and horizontal line. So please, if your chalk is not sharp, you can do well to sharp your chalk. This is just a new chalk. Let's try to see. The chalk showing very well. Okay, so after that, the next thing we are going to do after getting our straight box, please, very important, you get your box first. This box has nothing to do with your drafting. So if we are drafting a female suit, we use the hip to get the box frame. So what we have here is what? The hips is 39. So 39 plus 9 inches, we are making a one vent suit. A one vent suit simply means suit that has one slit at the back. So the hips is 39 plus 9. So let's quickly do that now. 39 inches plus 9 is 48. So 48 divided by 2 is going to give us 24. So our box frame is what? 24 inches. So you are going to take the 24 inches from this line that we rule backward. 24 inches. So you do the same thing all through, ruling a straight line. 24 inches. Once you get that done, you can do what? You rule a straight line on the 24 inches, which is your box frame. Alright, let me give you a recap. Your hips plus 9 divided by 2 is going to give you the box frame for a one vent suit. Your hips plus 9 divided by 2 gives you your box frame. And in case you want to make a suit that doesn't have any slits at the back, it's still the same thing, your hips plus 9. Are we good? Thank you. Please let me rule this line again so it can be very visible and very bold. Alright, please, are you sure it's visible? Okay, so once we get the basic lines drawn, the next thing we want to do is we want to mark out 1.5 inches from the top line. This 1.5 inches is a constant figure. It's called our neck chart. 1.5 inches constant figure, our what? Neck chart. So you roll the line 1.5 inches. So we are going to roll a straight line on the 1.5 inches. Okay, please watch how to sharp this chalk. Let me just sharp it more. You just sharp through the edge like this, so it can be very visible and so you can have a single line. So just the way I did mine, that is how to sharp your chalk. So once we get the 1.5 inches, now from the 1.5 inches, that is where we are going to get our full length from, and our full length is what? 26 inches. So you get your full length from the 1.5 inches. So you mark out your 26 inches exact. Then we are going to add 2 inches. The 2 inches is for what? Our hemming allowance. What is hemming allowance? Hemming allowance simply means your folding allowance. 26 plus 2 equals to 28. So I say we are taking it from the 1.5. Please don't forget. Now we are going to rule a straight line on the full length and also on the hem allowance. Alright, so once that is done, the next thing we want to do is, please let me give you a recap. We'll draw our first vertical and horizontal line first. The next thing is we take 1.5 inches, which we say is the neck chart, and also our constant figure. So from the 1.5 inches, that's where we get our full length plus 2 inches. Are we good? Then the next thing is getting our box frame. We say that our box frame is our hip plus 9 divided by 2 gives us our box frame. Are we good here? So now we can proceed. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to get the front line. This first blue line here is our back line. The next line we want to draw is our front line. I don't know, for those who are constant with sewing a male wears, the front is always shorter than the back. The back is always longer, probably the slant thereabouts. The back is always longer, probably 2 inches, 2.5, 3 inches, depends on your preference. But on suit is constant, the difference is just 0.5 inches. So we are going to mark out 0.5 from the first top line, which I said is the neck chart. So we mark out ½ inches from the top line, which is going to serve, that's why I'm using a different color of chalk. This 0.5 is going to serve as our front line. Okay, is it visible? All right, so this yellow line is serving as our front line. Okay, so once we've done that, the next thing we want to do at this point is we want to get our bisects. Yes, we want to get our bisects. Our bisects there is what? 13 inches. So to get your bisect divide by 2 plus 1 inches gives us our arm line. Our arm line, we got it from what? Our bisect divided by 2 plus 1 inches. So let's quickly do the mathematics together. Bisect divided by 2, the bisect is what? 13 inches. So 13 divided by 2 gives us 6.5 plus 1 inches equals to 7.5. So we are going to get the 7.5 from what? Our front line, which is the ½ inches from the top line. So we are going to get 7.5 7.5. So we are going to rule a straight line on the arm line, which was taken from the front line, which is the ½ inches below from the basic line. Okay, so once we've gotten the line, the next line we want to get is our waistline. I'm very sorry, I just checked, I didn't have the waistline written out there. The waistline is 16 inches. So you place your tape on the same front line, you mark out your 16 inches, which is your front line, which is your waistline. 16 inches. 16 inches. So we are going to rule a straight line on the 16 inches now. Alright, so we take it the same thing from the front line, 16 inches. We get our bisect also from the front line. Are we good now? So we can proceed. The next thing is for the back neck. Alright, so let me give you a guideline for the neck chart. From chest 34 to 39. From chest 34 to 39, the back neck is 3.2. So any chest above 39 upward, you add 0.2. Any chest below 34, you minus 0.2 from the neck chart I just told you now. Are we good? So let's move to the neck chart. So this chest is what? 37. So it falls into 3.2. So you place your tape on the back neck, 3.2 inches. 3.2 inches. Then you do what? You rule a straight line. 3.2 inches. So automatically, this is now the back and this is the front of the suit. Are we good? So anything we have for the back neck plus 1.5 gives us our front neck. So this is 3.2 plus 1.5. 3.2 plus 1.5. 3.2 plus 1.5 give us 4.7. So mark out 4.7 as our front neckline. 4.7 inches. 4.7 inches. Then we do what? We roll a straight line on the 4.7 inches. Okay, are we good? Once we draw a straight line, which is 4.7 inches, the next thing is our shoulder. Our shoulder is what? Our shoulder is 16. So 16 divided by 2 is 8 inches. So you mark out your 8 inches plus half inch sewing allowance. It's going to give us 8.5 inches. So you come to the top and you also mark out the 8.5 inches. Then you rule a line. Alright, so our shoulder slant, because this is the back, is starting from the back line. Our shoulder slant is 2 inches. So you get our 2 inches. Alright, so you connect the shoulder slant 2 inches to our neckline, rolling a straight line as well. Make sure your line is straight, please, if you are rolling a straight line. Alright, so this is exactly what you're going to do. The next thing after this is you are going to take your tape, you measure your shoulder slant. What you have, we have, let me see, so I'll be sure, 3.2. So what I have here is 5.6. Sorry, place your tape very well. 5.7. That is what I have as my shoulder slant. So you are going to minus 0.2 from wherever you have. So I have what? 5.2. So you are going to place 5.2 on the front neckline. 5.2 inches. On the front neckline. So we are going to roll it straight down. 5.2 inches. 5.2. Then we roll a straight line on the 5.2 inches. Are we good? Now once we get a straight line, we are going to also get our shoulder slant. Now this is the front part. Now we are getting our shoulder slant from the half inches, which is the yellow chalk. So our shoulder slant is 2 inches. You are going to mark your 2 inches. Then you connect to your neckline, rolling a straight line as well. Alright, so once we get our shoulder slant, the next thing is we come to the back, then we get our shoulder. Our shoulder divided by 2 is 8 inches. We are going backward with 0.5 inches. Then you get 1 inches up. Alright, now the next thing you do is you use your French curve. You connect the inner half inches to your shoulder plus 0.5. Alright, so once you connect like this, the next thing is you get the depth of the neck. The depth of the neck is 1 inches. So you mark out 1 inches as the depth of the neck. Then you roll a line. Then you get a nice curve from the top. Alright, a nice curve like what I just did now. So once you do that, the next thing we want to initiate a shape. Please watch me. If you check very well, this back point is a bit curvy. It's not as broad as the top part. For those people who have been making female dresses very well, you notice if you didn't give a shape to that back, once you put your zip, it's going to pop up. Because to avoid that pump up, we are going to place our tape and take out 0.7 on the waistline. Yes, 0.7 on the waistline. On your arm line, you place your tape and you mark out 2.5 upward. Now you are going to use your ruler, connecting from the basic point to the 0.7 to the 2.5, which you just marked now. Ruling a straight line so it can have a shape. Alright, just like the shape we had now. So once you do that, the next thing is we want to divide our waist. So our waist divided by 6. So you divide your waist by 6. Our waist divided by 6 is 5.1. So you divide your waist by 6. Our waist is what? 31 inches. 31 divided by 6 is 5.1. So you place your tape on the back point and you mark out your 5.1. Then you add your 0.5 sewing allowance. So it's going to give us 5.6. Alright, are we good? Now the next thing is we come to the down part. We mark out our shoulder again. Our shoulder is 16 divided by 2 is 8. Then you minus 0.5. You mark out 0.5. The next thing is use your French curve, connecting those points together. So you connect your shoulder exact to your waist plus 0.5. You connect it to your shoulder minus half inches. So use your French curve to do the connection first. Once you get it done this way, then you use your ruler to connect the down part. Alright, so you rule a straight line like what I just did now. Are we good? Yes. So once you do that, you come to the front point. You mark out 1 inches as your button allowance. So once you mark out your 1 inch button allowance, you take the cutter you have here, which is 5.1. So you place the 5.1 on the 1 inches button allowance. You get your waist divided by 2. Your waist is 31. 31 divided by 2 is 15.5. So you mark out 15.5 plus 2 inches. This 2 inches stands for our dart and our sewing allowance. So you mark it just where we do. Alright, so once you get the 2 inches, the next thing we want to do is we want to get our armhole. But before we get our armhole, we are going to check the difference between the chest and the hip. Our hip is 39, our chest is 36. So the difference is what? 3 inches. Alright, so you divide 3 into 2, we have 1.5. So it means we are going to take off 1.5 from this front part. You might watch me very well. I'm placing the tape on our shoulder where the back ends, so you take the 1.5 off. Are we good? Then this normal half inches I was here, you bring the same half inches to this point. This 1 inches upward, you take the 1 inches upward. Now you are going to connect this 1.5 to your waist plus 2 inches, rolling a straight line. Alright, so we are going to connect this to this point. But if you notice, trying to connect it now, the shape is already looking too obvious. So we are going to do some alteration. We are going to connect this back one to the shoulder exact. We are not reducing anything. Why? Because the difference at this point is becoming too much, so it's giving it too much shape. Alright, then we connect this to the exact. Okay, so this is how it goes. Very well. Alright, so connecting them this way. This is still female dresses. I know you guys have a way of trying to open this point a little so the shape can, the hips point can still be out. So you just try to use your hand to open the hip point. You know, this is basically the hip region. If you leave it straight, automatically this part is going to make the hip tight. So you try to open the hip point a little. Now this point is the chest region. This is the difference between the chest and the hip. So 3 inches divided by 2 is 1.5. So this is the difference of the chest and the hip. This part is going off. So are we good? The next thing you want to get our armhole. So you place a tape on this angle. You come down with 1.7 inches. So this other point, 1.7, So you get 1.7 by 1.7, 1.7 downward, 1.7 sideward. Then you get a straight line connecting them together. Alright, so once you get a straight line connecting them together, the next thing is you connect this angle to your shoulder slant, ruling a straight line. Okay, so once you get it together, so we want to get our curve. You place your tape from the shoulder point to your arm line. There you get the middle. You get the middle. Then you place your tape, you mark out 0.2. Alright, so we are going to get a nice curve from this top, touching the 0.2, touching this angle, touching this point, and bringing it to this half inches that was marked. Alright, are we good? Yes. So once we get the curve like this, are we good? Yes, this is how the curve is going to look like. The next thing is you place your tape on this point, you mark out 0.4. Once you get 0.4, coming to this down, you mark out 1.5 inches. So once you get the 1.5 inches, you connect the two lines together, rolling a straight line. Are we good? Yes. Once you get the straight line, the next thing is we want to get our pocket length. You place your tape on the top point, you mark out 19 inches as your waist pocket length, 19 inches. Then you roll a straight line. On your waist pocket point. Now, female suits don't used to have chest pockets, but there used to be that. So you place your tape on this point. So let me just give you the chest pocket instance, because there are some female suits that has a chest pocket, but for this particular one, it will not have a chest pocket, but it will have a chest dart. So you place your tape, you mark out 1.7 first. Then from the 1.7, you are going to get the width of your pocket, 3.5 inches. So the middle of the 3.5, you fold it this way. The middle of the 3.5, that is where your dart is going to fall into. So there are times the dart is going to fall inside the 5 inches. There are times it's going to fall outside the 5 inches. Any of them is fine, it's not a challenge. The distance between your chest, your arm line, and your dart is 3.5 inches. So it's going to stop 3.5 inches from the top line. Are we good? Yes. So the next thing we want to do at this point is we want to get our neck, we want to get our curve. So you place your tape from this front point. The length is 1.7. Coming to the front point is 2.7. I said 1.7, the front side is 2.7. Please watch, I take the neck chart from the this 0.5 inches, which is our front chart. Are we good? 1.7 and 2.7. Once you do that, is you connect them together. Alright, are we good? The next thing we want to get is from this point, you mark out 0.7. Now, for female, we have 2 buttons, we have 3 buttons. It depends on how many buttons we are working with. But for this class, we are working with just half inches. So from your waistline, you go up with 0.5. Then you connect the lines together. The 0.5 to the 0.7 we mark out here, ruling a straight line. Are we good? Then on this line that was drawn, you take 0.7 backward. On this line, you go backward with 0.7. Now you're going to connect the 0.7 here to your actual neckline, drawing a straight line. Alright, are we good? Now let me quickly give you a guideline for those who want to do 2 button or 3 button. Now from your waistline upward is 1 button. So if you're working with 2 button, you are just going to calculate, you are just going to take 2 inches more upward. If it's 3 button, you are going to take the next 2 inches downward. But from your button line, you take 2 inches upward. If it's 2 button, if it's 4 button, that's how you keep taking it upward. Are we good? Thank you very much for your understanding. So we've gotten our notch collar. The next thing is we want to get our curve at this down point. So you place your tape, you mark out 3 inches, 3 inches. You rule a straight line on the 3 inches that was marked out. Then you go down with 0.2 like this. Now we are going to get a curve from this top point coming down, touching the 0.2. Yes, you get a curve like this, just a minor curve like this for the suit. Alright, so basically we are almost done with the drafting, Now this line that we take 0.4 here, that we take 1.5 here, we are going to give it a dart shape of 0.2 in, 0.2 out. So we are going to use our French curve connecting from the pocket region to the armhole region. Like this and like this. So this dart helps to give it more fit. That is one. Very important, please. This dart is very important. It's helped to snatch the waist very well. You know, female suit is more of snatchy. They want it very snatch. Now we are basically almost done with the drafting. The next thing is what? Our vent. Getting our vent, you place your tape from the back point and you mark out 8 inches. 8 inches is going to work. 7.5 is going to work. So please let's work with 7.5. 7.5 is going to work out. Then the width of the vent is 1.5 inches. You come down to, you mark 1.5 inches. Then you rule a straight line. Alright. So basically that is the end of the drafting. You can scan through very well before we proceed to the sleeve and also cut. You can scan through very well before we proceed. Basically we are done. So we'll just come back after drafting the sleeve to check our sleeve differences before we cut. You can observe very well, take your time, watch. Please and please, I'll urge you to watch in detail. Please let go of your former experience so you can benefit very well from this class. Please watch in details, ask questions. If there's need for questions, you can call, you can chat at any time. Thank you very much.